As the sun began to dip below the horizon, Sarah and David walked hand in hand down the beach. They had been together for 6 years, and David knew that this moment was the perfect time to ask Sarah to be his wife. David had been planning this moment for weeks. He had talked to Sarah's friends, scouted out the perfect location, and picked out the perfect ring. He had spent countless hours rehearsing what he would say, and he had even taken a public speaking course to help him perfect his proposal. As they walked, David's heart raced with nervous excitement. He had been waiting for this moment for so long, and now that it was finally here, he felt like his heart was about to burst out of his chest. Finally, they reached a secluded spot on the beach, and David pulled Sarah close to him. He took a deep breath and got down on one knee, pulling out a small velvet box from his pocket. Sarah gasped in surprise as David opened the box to reveal a stunning diamond ring. He gazed up at her with all the love in his heart and asked her to be his wife. Tears streamed down Sarah's face as she looked at the man she loved more than anything in the world. She knew without a doubt that she wanted to spend the rest of her life with David, and she said yes, without hesitation. They hugged each other tightly, feeling the warmth of the sunset enveloping them like a cozy blanket. As the sun disappeared completely, they knew that this moment would be etched in their memories forever. They walked back to their hotel room, hand in hand, feeling like they were floating on air. David took Sarah in his arms and kissed her passionately, feeling like the luckiest man in the world. As they settled into bed that night, they talked about their future together. They knew that there would be challenges and struggles, but they also knew that they had each other, and that was all that really mattered. They fell asleep that night, their dreams filled with visions of a beautiful future together. And as they drifted off, they knew that the sunset proposal had been the perfect start to their journey as husband and wife. In the weeks that followed, Sarah and David began planning their wedding. They spent countless hours poring over every detail, from the color of the flowers to the flavor of the cake. As the big day approached, Sarah and David felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. They both wanted their wedding to be perfect, but they also knew that nothing ever went exactly according to plan. On the day of the wedding, Sarah woke up early, filled with a nervous energy that she couldn't shake. She spent hours getting ready, making sure that every detail was perfect. David, on the other hand, was surprisingly calm. He had spent so much time preparing for this moment that he felt ready for anything that might come his way. As Sarah walked down the aisle, her heart raced with excitement. She looked at David, standing at the altar with a huge smile on his face, and knew without a doubt that she was making the right decision. The ceremony was beautiful, filled with love and laughter. As they exchanged their vows, Sarah and David looked into each other's eyes and knew that they were meant to be together forever. After the ceremony, the newlyweds danced the night away, surrounded by their friends and family. They ate cake, drank champagne, and laughed until they cried. As the night came to a close, Sarah and David retreated to their hotel room, exhausted but happy. They talked about their favorite moments of the day, and Sarah told David how much she loved him. As they fell asleep that night, their dreams were filled with visions of a beautiful future together. They knew that there would be challenges ahead, but they also knew that they could face anything together. Over the next few years, Sarah and David's love continued to grow stronger. They faced their fair share of challenges, but they always worked through them together. They supported each other through difficult times and celebrated each other's successes. As they celebrated their 5th wedding anniversary, David surprised Sarah with a trip to the same beach where he had proposed to her. They walked hand in hand down the shore, reminiscing about that magical moment when David had asked Sarah to be his wife. As the sun began to set, David pulled out a small velvet box from his pocket. Sarah gasped in surprise as David got down on one knee once again. This time, he pulled out a new ring, even more beautiful than the first. "Sarah, I know we've been through so much together over the past 6 years," David said, looking up at her with love in his eyes. "And I can't imagine spending the rest of my life with anyone else but you. Will you marry me again?" Tears of joy streamed down Sarah's face as she said yes. They hugged each other tightly as the sun disappeared below the horizon, feeling like they were the luckiest couple in the world. As they walked back to their hotel room, hand in hand, Sarah and David knew that their love would only continue to grow stronger with each passing day. They fell asleep that night, dreaming of a future filled with love, laughter, and endless sunsets.